Kevin Haney, United States Naval Academy class of 1981 with Academy Leadership, which is founded by Service Academy graduates who also have long records of success in both the military and the private business sectors. Using both the Naval Academies and the West Point's officer training programs, the company principals have developed a leadership training regimen that employs the respected strategies used by these academies. They've combined these winning tactics with time-tested business philosophies to create this training process. Academy Leadership is focused on enhancing the personal and organizational performance of leaders at all levels. Their goal is to enable organizations to achieve business goals by developing their most valuable resource, their leaders. Kevin, please take 3 minutes and tell us about Academy Leadership.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate the time. Academy Leadership's been around for 20 years. I joined the company back in July of last year. We believe that we're changing the world by helping 1 million people become effective leaders of character. We're going to have a ripple effect that makes tangible differences to people and hundreds of millions of people worldwide. Now, we operate on a code of values, which will sound familiar to many of you. We strive for excellence, we respect each other and our clients, we have integrity and teach integrity, trust, and honesty. Our business concept is very basic in that we are a non-brick and mortar organization. There are no startup costs for brick and mortar. Our headquarters staff is going to provide development of leadership materials. That's my primary job, is content development. We do national branding and websites. We're on LinkedIn and Facebook. We have national marketing and sales. We do training and support of the franchisees. I do the training, and the franchisees purchase our materials and services from Academy Leadership. We look at the opportunities in the market, and we look at the Fortune 1000 companies, and there are limited opportunities there for us. Most of them have in-house training programs. What we found is the mid-sized companies are our primary target for our local franchisee marketing and sales, and our small companies are mostly available for what we call in-house programs, where our franchisees have the greatest opportunities. So the question for us becomes, who are you going to inspire? So we're looking for business leaders with military backgrounds who are passionate about leadership and want to build their own successful leadership training business. The difference you can make is this: you can change people's lives. You can be part of a very elite team. You can share your leadership experiences from both military and business, and you can build your own successful business and stop working for other people. Why should you come to Academy Leadership? Well, they're proven military-based methods. Our programs deliver results. We develop personal professional development, and we have a very successful team of entrepreneurs. Our bottom line is we train leaders. Our unique curriculum provides and combines the West Point and Naval Academy leader development programs with today's successful corporate philosophies. We have several programs. We have 5 programs right now that we can deliver either in-house or in open enrollments, and we'll come to your company and do workshops as well as executive coaching. So if you're looking for something different, you want to be your own boss, you don't want brick and mortar startup costs, you want extensive training and round-the-clock, year-round support from our company franchisee support team, then please, by all means, think about Academy Leadership. Thanks, guys.
Outstanding. Thanks, Kevin. I love this concept because literally every single person on this call is qualified to do it.
Bingo.
Great. Right. Panel, give us 5 minutes, please, and let's pester Kevin with some questions.
What about scalability? Is this targeted to be kind of a one person? The franchisee is the
franchisee can, in fact, if he has a large enough market, and we have markets available all throughout the United States and worldwide. We're looking to target primarily right now. We'll target any market except the ones that we're using, but New York, all of California, Chicago, Miami, these are areas that we would really like to get into. Believe it or not, we're in Alaska. But the answer to your question is yes, you can hire people to work for you, but that'll be a contract between you and your affiliate.
Okay.
We do require the franchisors to pay for their training, which we will conduct. We have to maintain standardization. Thanks, John.
What about what are you doing right now? Are you doing well? Even before COVID, were you doing a lot of remote training? Is it mostly?
No,
been...
actually, COVID forced us into a market area that I wanted to get into, and so now we're going to stay in it. We're going to continue to offer virtual training. It actually is harder for us to do because it requires more on our part in terms of work, believe it or not. But we're keeping the costs the same because it saves the company customer, not us, the customer, travel expenses, lodging expenses, and dining expenses.
How is that affecting your territory arrangements?
Actually, it's not. We have an agreement. What we do is for open enrollments, what we do is, so open enrollments are exactly what they say. They're people from all over the country. They travel normally to our sites. Now they won't travel to our sites. They'll click the LinkedIn link or the Zoom link and they'll join us. What we do is we try to spread the wealth among our franchisees. So once a franchisee develops an in-house relationship with an individual company, then that is where we'll look at territory and make a decision on who gets what and what the breakdown is going to be.
And Kevin, for your more successful franchise owners, where do you find they're getting the bulk of their business, whether from a revenue or service provided? Is it workshops? Is it ongoing executive coaching?
No, it's actually in-house programs where we've delivered our flagship program called the Leadership Executive Course, or the Leadership Excellence Course in Executive Coaching. And somebody goes to one of our open enrollments and suddenly they decide, holy crap, the rest of my company needs this, from the C-suite down to the supervisors, and they invite us in-house, and we end up with ongoing relationships. For example, we have one of our franchisors down in Tampa who's got an ongoing relationship with Booz Allen Hamilton, both in Tampa, Florida, as well as in Colorado Springs. He also got his hands on the Hillsborough County Education Department, and he basically owns them. They have got a long-standing program with him where all of their people have to go through.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I know that Kevin's going to have to bounce early because of an emergency he's got to handle. So Kevin, I want to pass along one question from the audience for you, since you won't be here to take it later. Dennis Volt is asking what the certification process is for your executive coaches, and whether, and I'm not sure I know what this is, but whether there is an ICF path for that certification process.
Yeah, we don't require our coaches to be certified, nor do our clients. Our clients look at our military experience and understand that we have the qualifications without the certification, so we don't require that. Our training will give you more than you need.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask if there are any other questions, and I want to open this up to the floor as well. If there are any other questions for Kevin. Kevin, I know you have to go very quickly. So,
yeah, I can hang around. I'm getting texts as we talk. I'm actually looking. You probably saw me looking down while I was talking earlier. I'm reading texts and talking to you guys at the same time. So.
Oh, okay, great.
My dad's having emergency surgery. There's nothing I can do about it.
How much business development support is there? Any? I mean, I heard very clearly you're providing all the materials and the training programs.
Yeah, we'll do national marketing for you, John. We have a website. We advertise our courses. We attend national conventions, and we'll pay for our franchisees to go down to national conventions to develop business. We have a marketing team whose sole job is to develop business for our franchises. What our franchisors will do, or franchisees will do, is they'll give us certain dates that they want to run programs, and then we'll advertise those programs nationally. You go to our website, you go to find courses, because when we look at continuing education for project managers, for accountants, there's always a leadership element to it that it's very hard for them to get. So, for example, we provide the project development unit, continuing education units for PMI, and we give them 2/3 of what their requirement is for a 3-year period in one 3-day class.